Is the challenge of a challenge coin just to get the coin, or is there something more to it? Hello, and welcome to Regular Veteran. My name's Scott. How are you doing? What's your name? Today, I'm gonna be talking about challenge coins. And I have a whole bag of challenge coins here. I'm gonna tell you all about them, and then I'm gonna show you some, and then we're gonna be out of here. But before we get started, did you hear there was a new general inducted into the Space Force? What the fuck? That's right, a new Space Force was created.
The first officer of the United States Space Force, the Chief of Space Operations, General J. Raymond.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Star Command, come in. Do you read me?
I don't make light of it because it's dumb. I make light of it because we've had a Space Command or a Space Force or whatever you want to call it for years, for decades. Since the 80s, we've had a Space Force. 26,000 personnel got moved to the Space Force, but they were already working in Space Command. I've got a few sneak peeks at the end of this, so make sure you stick around for those. And obviously the sweatshirts are out, so if you want one of those, I'll give you all the ways to get a hold of me right at the end. Here we are. Challenge coins, huh? If you look online, you'll see a lot of American sources that say World War I was the first place a challenge coin was because some rich lieutenant imprinted the company insignia onto some gold coins and handed them out to his friends or whoever else was in the company. One of his company mates, another pilot, got downed, lost all his belongings except for his gold coin. It was hanging around his neck, and the French actually captured him. They thought he was a spy, so they took him captive.
I'm a spy. I'm a spy.
And they were gonna execute him. They didn't execute him because he had this pouch around his neck and it had his coin in it and it had the company insignia, and then there you go. Now everybody should carry them because that's how you know. Whatever. Yeah, that sounds like it was plausible and also far-fetched at the same time. But if you look further back, rather than looking at a DoD or .mil source, and you look at the Mental Floss article, it's the first one in the link below, it says that in the Roman times, they actually gave special warriors or combat veterans an extra amount of pay. You got pay for being in the military, but then you got a special coin or special pay to be designated for, you know, better achievements or meritorious service. Apparently, some people back in Roman times, it was not unheard of to actually keep your coins and use them to show off in some form or fashion. So I don't know, maybe it goes back way further, but the reason that it's taken off since Vietnam, however, is the most interesting to me, and it's what I want to say is more the origin of the current challenge coin, whatever. If you haven't watched my Matt Best Thank You for My Service breakdown, then go ahead and do that. You need to know. I have to tell you, I do not collect challenge coins, but all of these were given to me, maybe one or two I actually purchased, but otherwise I went to an event or I made someone's day and I was presented a challenge coin. So these are all mine that I've had since I got out. Coins nowadays are almost too common. All sorts of different corporations are taking over that morale booster of give somebody a quick piece of metal and voila, now they're a little bit happier with whatever, you know, you've got going on with your company. I mean, I just didn't think of them as anything special. I would get one and say, thank you, yes, well, all right, whatever, put it in my pocket, go home, throw it in a drawer. It wasn't really a big deal. I keep them in this old bag that I've got. They actually came to popularity in Vietnam though, because it started to become customary to carry around an enemy shell to prove that you had been in combat that day or at all. So in any true military fashion, you can't just carry around just like the smallest of the bullets, you have to carry around the biggest of the bombs. So people started carrying all sorts of ammunition and it just got out of hand. So army company commanders actually started getting coins made so that they could prove that like you get this because whatever, something happened. and now you can prove it instead of carrying around some expended bullet. And it's really just grown from there.
The challenge of the challenge coin has pretty much always been drinking. If you're at the bar in a military community and someone pulls out a coin, then everybody's got to pull out a coin. And whoever doesn't pull out a coin has to buy everybody that has a coin a shot or a drink. Usually it's just a round of shots for all of the people that do. I've done it just as a joke, as like a ploy to see how gung-ho someone is, but I don't really, like, what?
All the coins that I have, I was given, but you can go on eBay and find pretty much whatever. The more rare ones are actually worth more money. I mean, there's coins on there for tens of thousands of dollars, no bullshit. What the fuck? Do people actually buy them for that much? I don't understand. So let's get into my bag. I'll show you a little bit and then you'll really understand. A collector would probably be really disturbed by what I just did, but these are all my coins. I have too many to take you through the story of each and every one of them, but I'll tell you a few of my favorites.
I did enjoy my time in the service, so sorry, not sorry. I am gonna humble brag.
I mean, this one, ALS, that was just a great time. ALS is Airman Leadership School, and you learn a lot. I got into a little bit of trouble for the funniest shit. I'll make an episode about that later. My favorite one that I have is pretty much the plainest, really, but it speaks to the job that I had. It's actually from the unit here in Portland, Oregon, the aerial port. And they came to train with us out in Hawaii, and their unit overall had a terrible experience. Our aerial port treated them like shit, and they really appreciated the extra effort that I went through, so they gave me a coin, and their colonel actually didn't coin anyone else. So it was kind of a big deal that I was the only one to get it, and it's also kind of ironic that I now live in Portland, so kind of fun. I have one for my basic training squadron. It's number 1834. This one's just super interesting to look at, the old Ironsides. The Special Operations Command coin with quiet professionals from the commander, General Brian D. Brown, United States Special Operations Command. I was handed this for just, you know, what I felt like I was just doing my job. And when I was doing my job, a lot of times people felt like I was going above and beyond. You know, we all put our own importance on things. So the ones where I was given a coin because I was doing my job and it was earned rather than just like handed out, I really like the ones that I earned. We got one from my tech school, aerial port training squadron, whatever. I should do a Space A episode, huh? Man, I could tell you all about Space A. Number 31, I don't remember that one. Oh, this one was cool. 200,000 hours, July 2007, Shadow Taos, unmanned aircraft systems in the Army. And wow, that was cool to be a part of, just to help those guys around. It's customary to give in a handshake. So if you're gonna show someone your awesome coin, you just slide it across the table, or if there's no table, then you just hand it to them like, oh, you know, so they can see that you're not actually like presenting it to them. And if you're presenting it to them, you just palm, boom, and you just hold it tight with your pinky. It's not a big deal. Don't be silly about it. You just boom. It can slide around in your hand. They're gonna get it. There's so many shields all around it. Oh my gosh. This one's one of the coolest ones just because the shield shape, and it's so busy, but you could, like, if you were one of these units, you could easily make out that, you know, where you fit into the spectrum on this. And really cool, really fun coin. So there's sweatshirts. If you want a sweatshirt, just hit me up. If you want one of these, then make sure you follow me on Facebook and on, you can get me on Twitter, TikTok, or before you go also, make sure you like, subscribe, like this video. If you want to know something else about coins, if there's something that I forgot to tell you, it's got thumb holes on the cuffs so it stays down. I've got to watch 17-ish videos that are all the House Committee on Veteran Affairs, and I generally watch them at 2 times speed. So even at 2 times speed, I'm looking at like 24-ish hours of just watching these videos and listening to these senators talk about what they are doing for veteran affairs. So I'm gonna watch that and bring that to you guys. I'm really excited. It's gonna be a whole lot of work. And then I also have a few longer term episodes that I'm working on for the future. So really excited. Keep hitting that subscribe button, keep hitting that like button, keep dropping comments. It's got a hood, thumb holes. I like them a lot. It's a little bit longer. I'm actually wearing Rudis sweats right now, so. My name's Scott, you're watching Regular Veteran. I'll see you on the internet. Thanks for watching. You like that? Interesting. Yeah. Yep. Testing. This could be a preview of something in the future.